You know the worst part about losing respect? Nobody tells you when it happens. There's no meeting, no warning, no dramatic moment. People just slowly start treating you differently. They interrupt you more, reply slower, talk over you, stop taking your words seriously. And the terrifying part? Most people have no idea they're causing it themselves. Not because they're stupid, because low-status behavior is usually invisible when you're the one doing it. It's like bad breath. Everybody notices except you. And listen, my friend, this has nothing to do with money, looks, height, status, any of that. I've seen broke dudes demand respect in a room full of successful people. And I've seen successful people radiate weakness like a flickering gas station light. Because respect is behavioral, tiny signals, tiny emotional leaks, tiny moments where people unconsciously feel, yeah, this person needs approval too badly. And once people feel that, the power shifts instantly. That's the game nobody explains. People say they care about kindness and emotions until your emotions become inconvenient for them. Then suddenly, the world gets very cold, very fast. So let's talk about the behaviors that silently destroy respect before you even realize it's happening. Because some of these are so normal, you probably did one this morning. First mistake, over-explaining. This one is social suicide. You know those people who apologize before they even speak? Sorry if this sounds weird, but... Or they send massive emotional paragraphs over tiny misunderstandings. You ever send a long message explaining yourself and stare at the screen while they reply with, "Lol, it's fine." Yeah. That feeling right there, that sinking feeling, like your stomach just fell through the floor, that's what happens when your need for reassurance becomes visible. Listen carefully. Confident people don't over-explain every little thing because they're comfortable being misunderstood sometimes. Weak people panic the second they feel misunderstood, so they start dumping words everywhere trying to control how others perceive them. It's like watching somebody try to stop a flood with paper towels. And the more emotional energy you throw into explaining yourself, the more people feel your insecurity underneath it. Because what they hear is, "Please don't think badly of me." That sentence is invisible, but humans can feel it. And once people smell approval hunger, respect starts evaporating, quietly. Second mistake, reacting too fast emotionally. This destroys people socially and they don't even notice. Somebody's tone changes slightly, now your whole nervous system is doing backflips. Somebody leaves you on red, boom, mental FBI investigation. What did I do? Are they mad? Did I say something weird? Relax. Seriously. People respect emotional stability, not emotional Wi-Fi. If your emotional state changes every time somebody acts differently toward you, people stop seeing you as grounded. You become emotionally lightweight, like one of those inflatable tube men outside car dealerships, just flying all over the place depending on the wind. And here's the brutal truth. The calm person almost always feels more powerful. Always. Because calmness signals control, not perfection. Control. You know what scares people? Somebody who stays composed under pressure. Somebody who doesn't rush to fix tension instantly. Somebody who can sit in silence without panicking. That energy is rare now. Most people leak anxiety through their face before they even speak. Third mistake, trying too hard to be liked. Oh, this one is painful because society trains people to think being liked is the goal. It's not. Respected people are not always liked, and liked people are very often disrespected. Huge difference. You know that person who laughs too hard at every joke, agrees with everything, never says no, always available, always adapting to whoever they're around? Yeah, people sense that instantly. And the crazy part is, the nicer they try to be, the less people value them. Because value comes from standards, not constant availability. A person with no boundaries feels cheap, like a luxury watch sold at a flea market. Something feels off immediately. And deep down, people respect people who can walk away. That's why desperation is so dangerous socially. The moment people feel like you need their validation, their attention, and their reassurance, the power shifts instantly. That's why approval hunger ruins people. It turns conversations into invisible begging, and invisible begging kills respect fast. Quick pause. If you're still watching, you're probably the type of person who actually studies human behavior instead of blindly drifting through social situations wondering why people treat you differently. So hit the like button. Not because YouTubers are addicted to begging for engagement, but because the algorithm keeps rewarding fake motivational garbage while we're over here dissecting the social game like detectives with unresolved trauma. Now here's another respect killer nobody talks about. Talking too much. Look, not every thought deserves to escape your mouth. Some people talk like they're being paid per word, just constant noise. And usually, the nonstop talkers are nervous. You can hear it. They're trying to fill silence because silence makes them uncomfortable. But powerful people understand something most people never learn. Silence creates weight. When somebody speaks carefully, selectively, people lean in. But when somebody talks nonstop, the brain stops assigning value to their words. It becomes background noise. You ever notice the loudest person in the room is rarely the most respected? Exactly. Because real confidence doesn't perform constantly. It doesn't need to. A lot of people aren't communicating. They're auditioning for acceptance. That's a difference. And now, the biggest one of all. The behavior that destroys respect almost immediately. Not standing on your opinions. This right here kills presence. Somebody disagrees with you and suddenly you fold like a cheap lawn chair. Instantly. Oh yeah, maybe you're right actually. Listen, people don't respect perfection. They respect conviction. You don't need to be arrogant, you don't need to dominate people, but if you abandon your own views the second tension enters the room, people feel it. You know that friend who changes personalities depending on who they're around? Different opinions, different energy, different behavior. Nobody trusts people like that deeply because there's nothing solid underneath them, no core, no foundation, just adaptation. And people cannot respect blurry identities. They just can't. I remember watching this guy at work years ago. Smart guy, too. But every conversation sounded like an apology. Every sentence had this nervous energy, like he needed permission to exist. And little by little, people started interrupting him more, ignoring him more, talking over him more. Not because they hated him, because humans unconsciously respond to behavior. That's the scary part. Respect isn't just about what people think about you, it's about what your behavior teaches them about you every single day, and life is always testing your frame. Every argument, every relationship, every awkward silence, every moment where approval disappears. That's where respect is either built or quietly destroyed. But here's the good news. The second you stop chasing validation, your whole presence changes. You stop sounding rushed, you stop over-explaining, you stop performing constantly, you stop trying to force people to approve of you. And ironically, that's when people start respecting you more. Because nothing feels stronger than somebody who can survive being misunderstood without collapsing emotionally. That energy is powerful now, rare too. And honestly, most people will spend their entire lives losing respect without ever realizing the exact behaviors causing it. If this video woke something up in you, subscribe. Because this channel is for people who want to understand the hidden psychology behind respect, manipulation, attraction, and social power without fake guru nonsense or recycled motivational quotes. And be honest in the comments. What's one low-status behavior you used to do that you didn't realize was making people respect you less?